The three American myths that I don't believe in anymore, because I live in Europe now. One of them might completely change how you see daily life in the US. I moved to Spain about 2 years ago. Now I realize that some of the things that we grew up believing in are unique to life in America. They're not universal truths. I'm going to share how Europe's lifestyle, daily habits, and social systems have changed my perspective. I want to share with you why the American way isn't the only way, and how embracing European habits helped reduce my anxiety and my blood pressure. Also, I'll share how you can incorporate some of these ideas into your own life, no matter where you live. If you're curious about living abroad or just want to bring a little more balance into your life, like this video. I was a store leader at Tesla. I worked hard. I made good money and I had great health care. Being busy, it wasn't an art, it was survival. I felt successful. I paid off my credit cards each month. I owned a car that I loved driving, and I was able to buy a vacation home in Spain. My weekends, they did blur into the weekdays, and I always ate breakfast and lunch at my work desk. Every evening kind of dissolved into exhaustion, and the pace was relentless. I worked 70, 80-hour work weeks. This life, it was invigorating. I was living the American dream. And then 2 years ago, I was kicked off the treadmill. After years of watching my colleagues get laid off one by one, it was finally my turn. Elon loves to keep his operations ultra lean. If you're deemed not critical, you go. So I went to Spain. I was still wound up. I brought my habits, my mindset, and my myths with me. I'd arrive ready to do things, but the Spanish, they don't rush. The locals stroll, they don't walk. Why weren't they rushing? Didn't they have deadlines to meet? My heart told me to slow down, but the American in me wouldn't allow it. And then one day it just clicked. Slowing down, it wasn't easy. My first lunch with some Spanish friends, it really tested me. It was almost 3 hours long. The food arrived slowly. The conversation was slow as well. And then when dessert came, that wasn't the end. There was more conversation, and it was Sunday, so our lunch continued with a stroll through town. And once we were finally done, I was amazed because for the first time in many years, I felt full. Spain's pace of life insists that you take a rest. I learned to siesta. My days start early and they end late, and the midday break allows me to recharge. It makes it possible for me to be more productive. The myth of busyness equals value, it crumbled. My American lens saw time as something to fill, but Spain taught me that it's something to appreciate. It taught me that leisure, it wasn't laziness, it's living. Back in the US, I believe that high blood pressure and constant anxiety were the price of success. But living in Spain taught me they were simply the cost of not living. By slowing down, I discovered energy I hadn't felt in years. The people around me didn't work to live. Instead, they lived while they worked. You might be thinking that you could never live like this. It's a choice. Start with one thing: longer lunches, maybe an afternoon nap or a slow walk after dinner. You don't need a new country. Well, maybe you do. I don't know. Thinking back, I can't believe I used to have dinner at 6 p.m. Oh, and tip 20% minimum on meals. Tipping culture in general in the States is out of control, and I long accepted it as normal. But living in Europe has taught me that they aren't universal truths. They're cultural choices. Try and make a dinner reservation here. Try and make a dinner reservation before 8 p.m. If the restaurant is actually open, you're going to be dining alone. As the restaurant begins to fill, you're going to see the other patrons enjoying themselves, and they'll stay until as late as midnight. Meals here are really a way to connect. The people linger, they talk, and when it's time to pay, there's no need to stress over your third grade math. There isn't that hidden tax. Gratuities are a token of gratitude. The same can be said about healthcare and education, right? Hospital visits don't come with anxiety about the costs. Education isn't a death sentence. It's a stepping stone, and your freedom from gun violence is protected. I believed in a system that normalized stress, inequality, and fear, but there's an alternative. Society can prioritize people over profit. These aren't utopian ideals, they're choices. And adopting a European lens doesn't mean dismantling your life. Start small. You can question what you've accepted as normal. Living in Spain showed me that normal is flexible. Change starts with a shift in perspective. In the US, independence is a virtue. From the Declaration of Independence to the American dream, we celebrate self reliance. I took pride in doing things on my own. Yet, moving to Spain revealed the shadow side of that independence. It's isolation. Spaniards don't seem independent by American standards. They lean on family, friends, their trusted community. At first, I saw it as needy, and then I noticed something. They're happier. There are often festivals and celebrations in Spain. There's music and there's laughter, and no one's checking their phones. Strangers and friends, they're mingling and enjoying the atmosphere together. In the US, I rarely knew my neighbors' names. Here, I'm an expat and I'm a part of the community. Here, I learned that relying on others isn't weakness, it's humanity. Freedom isn't isolation, it's connection. Living in Spain reminded me that we thrive together. Independence isn't about doing everything yourself, it's about having the freedom to choose interdependence. You can experience this too. You can start by building a bridge with a neighbor or saying hello to a stranger, but don't be creepy. Independence is powerful, but connection is transformative. My American life has changed since moving to Europe. Living in Spain has showed me alternatives to the lifestyle I was accustomed to. The pace of life here healed my anxiety. The societal norms here redefined my priority, and the connections here showed me what it means to truly belong.